see guy, and, you know, he in the club and he's trying to, you know, flash money to get my attention, and I'm looking, okay. And then this man Sauce came up to me and was rapping. So I had a couple of rhymes. Remember, I'm albums in now. You know, these are guys that ain't had a deal. So when I ain't have a deal, I had a suitcase of rhymes. Now I'm albums in. So I said some rhymes. I said a couple of rhymes. Then I said a little bit of a song, Ain't No Stopping This, a little bit. Then Jay came up rap. I was out of rhymes, B. In no scenario was I like fully loaded and ready to rhyme.
LL Cool J confirms that Jay-Z tried to kill him for refusing freak-offs. The beef between Jay-Z and LL Cool J originated in the late 1990s and early 2000s, primarily revolving around competitive tensions and claims to hip-hop supremacy. LL Cool J, a veteran in the rap game, felt slighted by Jay-Z's rising dominance and his role at Def Jam, where LL Cool J was a longtime artist.
You know, I'm not exactly like, you know, the first rapper that you really want to get into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like, so yes, did I run out of rhymes? Was I finished rapping? Absolutely. Was it their peanut gallery? Absolutely. But do you really want to get into some of that kind of shit with LL? Like, you really want that?
Oh,
like, no, but I'm saying, like...
The tension was evident in subliminal disses in their lyrics and public comments. LL Cool J accused Jay-Z of not giving him the respect he deserved, while Jay-Z, confident in his own success, dismissed these claims. Their rivalry was emblematic of the old guard versus the new wave in hip-hop.
On Pusha T's song, Neck and Wrist.
I didn't get it at first, but I thought it was like him kind of winking, going, I hear you, bruh. I think I ruffled some feathers, like somebody's on to me. Because who's ever called him out? Everybody in New York is, you know, he's the Lord. I'm like, come on, knock it off. You know, you think about it, in New York, Jay-Z is the best ever. Everywhere else, he's just okay. Like, yeah, he's all right, but he's not real. Everywhere else, you know, are you kidding me? I think Jay-Z wants to be J. Cole. They keep saying Basquiat.
Oh, Jay-Z. You don't think Jay-Z can rap out LL?
Listen, you put Jay-Z and LL Cool J in a versus, it's a rap. It's a rap.
You know, they did battle back in the day.
I think they did.
They did, man. I would love to know who won.
LL.
Ice Cube has often highlighted how beef within the music industry can escalate to real-life incidents, sometimes spilling over into the streets. He has expressed concerns about how rivalries between artists, often amplified by media and social media, can lead to actual confrontations and even crimes.
That's the essence of the game. It goes back to, you know, Busy B and Kumo D, and even further than that. So, it's part of the game, you know, as long as it doesn't get physical, because that's not rap. You know, when it gets physical, that's just street crime.
LL Cool J emerged victorious in his beef with Jay-Z, according to some narratives, because Jay-Z never directly responded to LL Cool J's subliminal disses. There are also rumors that Jay-Z, rather than confronting LL Cool J head-on, played dirty behind the scenes, possibly using his influence at Def Jam to undermine LL Cool J's position and projects. This alleged behind-the-scenes maneuvering, contrasted with LL Cool J's upfront lyrical attacks, is seen by some as a strategic yet underhanded tactic by Jay-Z.
But I truly feel like Jay never thought LL was a threat on his level, because for years LL haven't been making music to even be in the conversation. So musically, there's no reason, there's nothing to gain from dissing LL Cool J for Jay-Z. There was nothing to gain. Throw a little subliminal and keep it moving. He wasn't in the equation. Drake been in the equation longer than LL at this point, like musically, right? Eminem, it was way more other people for Jay to focus his attentions on. Ludacris, right? It was way more people making money in hip hop than LL. LL has started acting. He's on NCIS. He was doing his thing. We never lost respect, but it was just no reason to battle LL Cool J. Wasn't. So it was no reason to full on take him on. He had went and, let's be honest, he put up a good fight, but LL lost to Cannabis. He lost to Cannabis. He won the war, but Cannabis beat LL. Now LL had won every battle prior to Cannabis, so we're not taking nothing from him. But LL's last real battle was cannabis.
Many rappers have expressed their dislike for Jay-Z, often citing his perceived opportunistic and competitive nature. Critics within the hip-hop community accuse him of being more focused on business and personal gain than on loyalty or artistic collaboration. Some rappers feel that Jay-Z's ascent to power, especially his executive role at Def Jam, involved undermining others to solidify his position.
You are on the top rapper list of all time. You're in the top 20. Is this list right? 50?
No, it's not right.
Where should you be?
I don't think that you could really put together a list like this without being biased at some points, because someone's personal appreciation for these artists are making them place them where they place them.
What about top 3? Jay-Z, Kendrick, Nas, top 3. Is that about right or not?
No. It's still good artists, but not of all time, no.
Who should be number 1?
I don't know. I don't know who would be the number 1 artist.
Say hypothetically it was 50 Cent number 1, then who? Would it be Jay after that?
Probably not.
This reputation for prioritizing his interests and employing cutthroat tactics has fostered resentment among peers, contributing to the narrative that Jay-Z's nature makes him a polarizing figure in the industry.
I recall me talking to Jay about Nas.
Doing business with Nas,
And I was like, y'all beef ain't real.
All right.
And I was like, if it was real, I wouldn't do it. I like Nas.
All right. Everyone likes Nas.
Everyone likes Nas.
Everyone have to.
And he's legendary.
Yes.
You know, Nas coming to Murder Inc., if he'd have actually did that, it would have put Murder Inc. in a whole different stratosphere.
All right.
So I'm an ambitious so
you think that was a mistake, though?
100%.
100%.
Because the relationship that me and Jay had.
Right.
So once I did that, like Jay openly was like, I was dead to him.
All right.
And now it opened up him doing all of the things with 50 and...
Rumors and allegations have swirled around Jay-Z, suggesting that his meteoric rise to the top of the rap game might be due to more than just talent. And some industry insiders speculate that he may have sold his soul to achieve his high-ranking status, hinting at possible compromise. Jay-Z, portraying him as playing dirty and undermining rivals, resonate with these suspicions, leading some to believe there might be truth to the claims that Jay-Z's success wasn't purely earned through his musical abilities.
LL said. Nah, man, I think it was dope, listening to not all the interview, but a portion of it, man. It just made me, have a different respect for LL, and it kind of made me like, damn, when we had our conversations about the top rappers, I don't think we mentioned his name, man. It's
disrespectful.
Kinda, straight disrespectful, and he definitely is. And that's how it is, though, with those lists. It's just like you're gonna have people like, well, damn, I forgot all about, putting him in a list. But yeah, he's definitely one of the greats, man. And check that interview out on Sway in the Morning, because he gives you a lot, of jewels. And, quite frankly, I just didn't know that LL, was...
During an appearance on a show, 50 Cent made remarks suggesting that Jay-Z is a gay painter. This statement quickly caught public attention, stirring conversations and speculation. Such comments can be seen as provocative or as part of ongoing tensions between the two artists.
I wasn't in the ad because of... look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No. I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? So he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with this.
So now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they harbor, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre and myself.
There is a perspective among some fans and critics that LL Cool J is a better rapper than Jay-Z, which has sparked debates about their reputations in the industry.
Go, but
it ain't even close. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
I don't know about that. There's some people I think could challenge that guy.
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
I think LL is pretty tough.
Ask him what happened when they stepped outside the club and they battle rap. He learned his place then. He termed the phrase "go," and Jay-Z said his mind's not.
We have our Jay-Z and Go. I think Jay-Z is one of the top by all time, but I don't know about the Go.
How many more #1 records do you want?
A few more.
I mean, the man's success and the pedigree, like at the end of the day, he reached a different plateau and at tables that you never envisioned a man without no high school diploma to be at. Making out of Marcy Projects to not just owning and becoming a pioneer and a gatekeeper for hip hop. Come on, man. To being a billionaire, to making Kanye a billionaire. Rihanna a billionaire.
LL Cool J still talks about his previous beef with Jay-Z. The tension between the two legendary rappers dates back years, and occasional comments from LL Cool J keep the rivalry in the public eye.
They both have nothing to worry about financially, but I still feel like LL to this day feels like Jay got one up on him. And I don't think he's ever gonna let it go. If you're 56 and you're still talking about something 30 years ago, you're not letting it go, right? So I don't have no problem with this because it sounds like he's willing to just live and let live. And I don't think we're ever going to get no words back and forth from Jay. Jay probably won't even respond to this, just be honest. And I think he wouldn't even want to respond to it because there's no reason to flare up LL and get him all like, you know what I'm saying, get his muscles all flustered up. It's no reason. Jay think like I think. There's no reason to push that button. There's nothing to gain from that. LL got more to gain from that than Jay. Even if Jay bowed to him and Jay won convincingly, he gained nothing.
Dame Dash, in an appearance on the PBD podcast, referred to Jay-Z as a billionaire, highlighting his immense success and wealth. However, this comment also brings attention to the controversies and allegations that have surrounded Jay-Z's rise to the top.
I don't want anyone to ever walk away from having an experience with me. Now look, even though maybe some of the people that I put on aren't having the best life, but when Jay's not with me, he's a billionaire. Kanye, when he chooses to be, is a billionaire. Kev Hart, Lee Daniels, Rachel Roy. People don't walk away from me going to jail. They walk away from me going to a bank.
The cancel culture within the hip-hop industry is perceived by some as particularly harsh and unforgiving. Artists are frequently called out for their past actions and statements, leading to intense public scrutiny and debate. This culture has led to the resurfacing of old feuds and criticisms, keeping the industry's darker aspects in the spotlight.
It'll be around as long as social media exists. Cancel culture has been discussed increasingly in recent years and involves large groups or fandoms deciding to essentially erase a celebrity or public figure's career and public prominence in light of a scandal or controversial issue. The paper explained how he feels sorry for the younger generation growing up in a social media era, explaining you can't give someone a microphone for 24 hours a day and have them not think that they have to use it. These kids, it's unbelievable. Imagine having a microphone and you're asked about social justice questions at 18 years old. It's like, what?
It's here to stay, or this is temporary and it's going away. I applaud him. I thank you, Jay-Z, for saying it's here to stay. And I'll tell you why. Because I think he identifies it as a fringe element. Okay? Like he minimizes it a little bit by just saying, okay, it's not going to go away. There's always going to be young people. Social media isn't leaving. So don't take it too seriously. If he said this thing's going to go away, it's not. And then you legitimize it. I think now you could just look at these people that are doing this. Fringe element, they're wackos, they're always going to be around. You know, move on, nothing to see here.
Critics often discuss the beef between Jay-Z and LL Cool J, analyzing their respective impacts on the genre. The rivalry is framed in terms of their differing approaches to music and their personal and professional conflicts.
That's a great, amazing reward for me for you to tell me that. Like, that makes me feel better as an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when I hear Ross, when he started his rap, he did a version of I'm Bad on one of his albums. And then he did, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall in the back of my mind. You know what I mean? Like I love when those are wonderful artistic moments that feel good.
And I'm not getting to no controversy enough, but I never got to why there might be some type of vibe or let's just say a bad vibe with you and Jay-Z. Like, I never got that. Like, I never.
Jay-Z has allegedly been involved in numerous crimes and at various points faced legal issues that led to jail time. These allegations, whether substantiated or not, have been a part of his public persona and narrative.
So canceled his festival? Why does Jay-Z allegedly think that there is a fair chance he will be in jail by the time Labor Day has rolled around? We will find out soon because we are doing the Jay-Z Platinum Deep Dive next on the Patreon. And now, woo! But anyway, that's the latest. But also, and I cannot stress this enough, Beyonce is not her husband. And she was also allegedly heavily groomed by Jay-Z. Heavily groomed. She's a lot younger. Just keep that in mind.
As Kat suggests, there is a sentiment among some that everyone will eventually be exposed. This notion fuels the belief that any hidden aspects of Jay-Z's life and career will come to light, further fueling rumors and speculation about his past and present activities.
Remember her? She's saying paper planes. We've not seen her in a minute. Is calling out Jay-Z. She claims she was mistreated and that the reason she lost her son was because of Jay-Z. She also went on to make some claims about Beyonce's friend. You can read it up here.
Joe Rogan on his podcast discusses Jay-Z allegations. Allegations and rumors about his involvement in substance selling continue to circulate, shaping his legacy and the discussions around his success and influence in the hip-hop industry.
Because he was a real street guy. Went to prison and the whole 9 yards. But it's a story that talks about that, how Jay-Z was in the car with him when he got arrested. And, you know, he didn't get arrested. So more than likely that meant that, in my experience, if you're in a car with a drug dealer and the cops raid, they take everybody that was involved. So that tells me that Jay-Z wasn't involved with that activity.
Got it. At least at that time.
That they knew.
Right.
And usually the DA, they watch you, and some of them when they're not lazy.
But what is it like in the world, like if you rap about selling drugs and about how you were selling drugs, but you weren't selling drugs? That can't be looked upon well. If you're lying and you're making up a fake persona.
Than the way it used to be, you know. You can buy your way to the top now. You know, you don't have to have talent necessarily. The most talented guys are not the guys who are running the industry.
A lot of the talented guys are producers too, right? And they can kind of make anybody famous.
Yeah.
If you have some talent and a look.
And you go pay the right producer.
Yeah, but there's a lot of examples.
Because music is, you know, music is programmed.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.